So guys, welcome back. We're back at it again. So in Burkina Faso, there were some young people who broke the law by overcharging people, basically ripping them off, and they were caught by the brigade, and they was put on community service. But this is not something new. But the reason why I wanted to watch this video, I wanted to listen to what they're saying in this video, the commander, and then I'm gonna break it down so we can put this up. I wanna prove a point. So take a listen to this video and then return. Boom.
Thomas Sankara Avenue in Ouagadougou. The workers from the presidential initiative FASO-MEBO are busy laying paving stones. At that moment, vehicles from the Labal Brigade arrive. On board, there are 37 able-bodied individuals to reinforce the workforce. What sets them apart is that they were apprehended for violating regulations. To get the message across to users and booksellers on the avenue, each group displays the nature of their offense. Overcharging for hospital parking. Overcharging for pharmacy parking. Overcharging for cemetery parking. Overcharging for stamps. The commander of the Labal Brigade then steps in. In front of those apprehended, they almost give a lesson in civic and moral education.
The reason for their apprehension is that there is a regulation in force which states, for example, in the case of Pater, that the parking fee in these places must not exceed 50 francs for two-wheeled vehicles and 100 francs for four-wheeled vehicles. Unfortunately, it has been observed that the children charge at least 100 francs for two-wheeled vehicles and 200 or even 500 francs for four-wheeled vehicles. Yet the regulations on this matter are clear. There is also the issue of fees at police stations and city halls. The fees are resold at amounts that exceed the standard, often even doubling. So this is not normal. It's not normal. If the fee is set at 200, it should be sold at 200. If it's set at 250, then it should be 250. If it's set at 500, then it should be 500. The penalty is straightforward. For those who have already been made aware, it is considered a repeat offense. They are simply brought to one of our designated work sites, as you can clearly observe here on the prominent Avenue Thomas Sankara, in order to help meticulously lay paving stones. They also contribute significantly in yet another important way to compensating the state and the general public for the considerable harm they caused by undertaking this particular action.
Once the fines have been issued and the equipment distributed, the work can now begin. Today's detainees are preparing the ground for the paving stones to be laid. A contribution to the construction and beautification of the Burkinabe capital. Moreover, the operation helps instill a lesson in civic responsibility.
We were told the route is 50, so we decided to do this. That's what the boss told us. If we talk, we'll explain it. We came here, we did it like this, we did it like that, because of 100.
Approach is fair. We broke the law. The rates are set at 50 CFA francs for two-wheelers, and we're charging 100 CFA francs. We will inform our colleagues that this is illegal. We are required to maintain the 50 CFA francs rate. We're going to fight, and we're going to fight.
Selling these valuable stamps is also our primary and most important way of making a living. We consistently add precisely 50 francs to each and every individual stamp. We absolutely do not go beyond that specific amount. In any case, it's not right. We won't overcharge anymore.
The work continues until 4 p.m., at which time these workers will return to their accommodation site before resuming work tomorrow morning. And so it will continue until further notice.
So there you have it. So what is the point I'm trying to make? Yes, every country does community service, but this is the difference with Ibrahim Traoré when he's dishing out justice. Ibrahim Traoré is very disciplined. He doesn't like corruption, and he punish who need to get punished, but he also give people another chance at life. So as the brigade general lieutenant was saying, that they got multiple warnings about overcharging people, and they did it anyway. So he took them to the site and add them to our workforce to help build the country, and they would not get paid because, again, it's a fine. They're reducing their fine by working it off. So here's my point. Ibrahim Traoré has done this before. there's on one occasion I do a video a while back where he released non-violent prisoners to go in the agricultural field and work off their sentence. So the farmer gain by getting a workforce, and then he makes sure the prisoners learn. And every farm they go to, whatever they are producing, they learn how to do it on themselves and become farmers themselves, and then they graduate and then they get a certificate. And every day they work in the field, they get 2 days off their sentence. So he punishes, but yet he also forgives and makes sure they have a skill so they don't go back to their life of crime. That's one occasion. And a second occasion when they issue fines and illegal construction, building of shops and stuff. When they came, they did not break them down and get rough and get angry with them. No, they spoke to the locals and tell them, this what you're doing is not right, it's blocking this and blocking that. And then the people themselves agree, say, yes, we know you're wrong, and we're gonna do the necessary upgrades that you said we need to do. So my point is, this breeds entrepreneurship, it breeds civic duty, it breeds what's the word I'm looking for? Patriotism. So it makes people want to build their country more. And this is why Ibrahim Traoré is so loved by his own people, because he doesn't only punishes, he also makes sure they get he makes sure that they are dealt with properly. He's not just locking people up and throw them in prison, because what? Think about it. You never hear of a Burkina Faso citizen being deported or being mistreated overseas because they don't leave their country. Ever since Ibrahim Traoré took power, hundreds of thousands of citizens returned to Burkina Faso because of the manufacture explosion, the building homes and the roads and giving people water. They make them have electricity, and now they have phone service in rural areas, upgrading. Ibrahim Traoré promises that none of his citizens will ever need to go abroad to do any form of surgery. It will all be done in Burkina Faso, because what he makes sure he spend resources on building up, not only make sure the hospital is fully equipped, he also put money in human resources to make sure they have the education and they have the necessary studies to do and become doctors, and then he paid them the correct wages that they need, so they don't need to go overseas to work, because that's what a lot of European countries do, and the Americas, they use money to lure all the great doctors from Africa, especially Nigeria. So my point is still remain that, you see how they treat them like human beings. They did not ill-treat, they did not beat them, they did not swear them or curse them or argue them. They deal with them as a human being. Teach them about civic duty, morality, and patriotism. So that in turn will build their confidence and then stop them from doing what they was doing in the beginning by overcharging people, which is wrong. But they know it's wrong. But now they have the chance to rehabilitate. Can you see they're using actual physical picks and shovel? I'm sure we're spending billions of dollars on buying machines and backhoes and excavators, but this is to prove a point, is to make them feel what hard work is, and also give them a sense of joy for what they call a building a runabout for, and a statue for Sankara, former president. So when they finish that work, they will know, they can point out that they work on that, and that's where a civic duty comes in, and they can make them feel that love for creating something beautiful out of their misdeeds. So all in all, this is what I like. We need more African countries to stop being so what's the word I'm looking for? They must stop being so cruel towards their own people. Not everything that because someone break the law, it means they should be in prison, because that also put a strain on them to get jobs hired in the future. This is more, but they give them a fine for a non-violent crime like this, and then you make them work it off, and then who doesn't learn will actually be getting more trouble in the long run if they do not change their ways. But you have to give people a chance to grow and change. You can't just lock everybody up thinking that's the best option for everything is prison, because they'll be in prison. Imagine that they'll be sitting down in prison not doing nothing, instead of they be outside working, they're not in a cell, they don't have to be fed by the government, and they are doing something that's good for the country. So it's a win-win-win situation all around, and this is what I love about Ibrahim Traoré. He's disciplined, he's vigilant, but he also he give people forgive. He's very forgiving when it comes to non-violent offenders and people who are willing to change. So that's also one of the reasons why the country is building up, is so one of the breakout countries right now currently on the continent. One off, not the, but one off. So you know what I mean? Like along with the Sahel nations, Niger, Mali, same thing. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, I don't know, tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe. Boom.